She comes all the way from the West Coast. It's Chatelain's West Coast stylist and contributor, Susie Wall. Love that you're here, and I miss you, and I want you here more often, but we'll take you when we can get you.
Well, with all my glory today, I'm exposing myself to you guys, right?
I love it.
We're talking about consignment failures.
Yeah.
And times where you've bought items that it's worked in your way, the wind's blown your way. So
yeah.
I've taken some pieces from my own wardrobe because, you know, it's June, people are starting to think about what to get rid of, what to keep, right? So this is a Paul Smith dress that I bought. It's probably a $1,000 dress. I bought it for $50.
Okay,
and
so
I thought,
everyone understands consignment is where you go. It's like thrift shopping.
Yes.
You're going to get a great deal. You usually get great designer goods, but you have to be careful about how you're picking out these things.
Yes.
And that's what you're going to teach us.
Well, exactly. And I actually didn't buy this consignment. I bought it new on a massive sale, right?
Yeah.
But I said to myself, I'm going to cut it down because it was about 4 sizes too big.
Oh,
and I thought, with my knowledge, I can do this. I can cut it down to my size. It didn't work. So for $50, I took it in. I had the sleeves taken off. I had it made smaller. And my kids were like, Mama, you're like T-Rex. You can't reach your cup. And I'd be like, no, it's fine. My dress is great. And I'm trying to move. I'm like, it's great. It's terrible. So then I said to myself, well, now I'm going to make it into strapless. Okay, so fast forward. I've spent over $200 trying to reseam this dress.
Right.
So now's the time. Know when to fold them. Walk away. Turn it into a pillow and take it to the cottage. Whatever.
Yeah.
Moving on.
You got to move on. You got to move on. It didn't work out. Okay.
Extra large, dress by La Rock.
Yes.
I cut it down as I thought it would, or my seamstress would. She's like Jason Bourne of seamstresses. She's like a fighter pilot. She's like, Susie, I can do it for you. So she did it, and she cut it down to my size, and it was great.
Okay,
so I bought it on a big sale, $100. It's not going to go to the consignment store.
Yeah.
At 40, I'm going to throw a blazer over it and maybe some booties, and we're off to the red carpet. Let's go. So that's a win.
Okay,
Here's another
so
win.
this worked out.
It worked out. Size 7.5 heels. I'm a 7. I bought them at the beginning of my pregnancies.
Yeah.
Don't always be so hasty to get rid of things that maybe if your feet are swollen that day, you've just got off a plane. Sometimes I am a 7.5, so I've kept them. I didn't consign them, and I'm glad that I did. They're basic. They're a little beige and boring, but they're fine when I need them in a pinch. So I'm not the woman that's going to say to you, if you haven't worn it in a year, get rid of it, la la la. Forget it. Don't live your life that way. You know, you put a lot of money into your wardrobe. Get that money out when you can, but you don't always have to rush to the consignment store.
Wear that for all your pregnancies. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay, we're done. The shop's closed. No more pregnancies, but that's okay.
Done with that.
Now, we're a little
What's the story here? I remember this era in my life.
Right? We've all had it. Now, this is an example of a top that I call this my sentimental sartorialist. I've worn this on the red carpet a few times. The late, great Natasha Richardson came up to me at TIFF one time and said, I've got that top. We had this great moment.
Wow.
I'm sentimental about this piece. I've had some great moments in it. It's beautifully done. Maybe my girls will wear it one day. I'm too old for it. It's not in style. Maybe on a beach with some flowy palazzo pants at some point.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what? For me, I'm going to hold on to it. I'm not going to say, well, I can get $50 out of this.
Yeah.
Because I like looking at it in my closet.
It means something to you.
It does.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, and even if it's kind of cheesy, like backstage I was trying to make her look better. I'm like, oh, the halter's too high, it doesn't fit. Who cares? I loved it. I had great times in it.
Good memories.
Right? So
it's like a wedding dress, kind of.
Kind of.
A little bit, not
try
really,
on every
but
once
whatever.
In a while. Next up. Here's an example of that I got duped on this jacket. I bought it in LA. I was like, oh, beachy bohemian. I'm in Venice. Got the rolled up jeans. Got the beach cruiser. No matter what I do to this blazer, it looks like junk. And I see people sometimes wearing it. And I'm like, oh, that girl's wearing the junky blazer. She got had too, huh? I got bought on this, and it was close to $400. No matter how I style it, it looks like a wrinkled up tissue. So I can get money out of this. Someone else can be a sucker at my consignment store on West Broadway, and I can take it in and get some money and fold that back in. Also remember, if you have a piece that you're going to consign, do it at the beginning of the season. If I take this jacket in September, October, I'll get about half as much for it because it'll go on sale right away. Yeah. Establish a relationship with your consignment stores. Know what's happening. Know the shop girls. There's a girl in Vancouver who, I don't know her, but every time I do a drop, they phone her. They say, Susie just came in.
Oh,
and she's my size, and she likes my stuff, and she buys almost everything I bring in.
That's amazing.
So that's a cool thing. And that's all about the relationship with the store. They're like, you know, there's this girl. I said, that's great. Tell her to say hi, you know, put a little note in the pocket for her.
Very cool.
It's cute,
So
right?
how were you to know that this was going to be junk? Is it just because you're not supposed to make up the lifestyle in your life that you think this is going to fit into? You actually have to put it on and see if it actually works in real life?
I did try it on in the store, and they had it styled on a mannequin in the store. I bought it in LA, and just in the moment during the day, I thought, well, it's cool, it's kind of laid back and beachy. I can make it work, but I was kind of convincing myself on the day. It wasn't like, this is perfect, cha-ching, let's go. I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool. And the store was so well merchandised. You walk in, you're like, I could live here. This is my place. These are my people. And I just buy into it, right? I'm with the dream, you know, and I'm on Sunset, and I'm like air kissing, and it doesn't work. So I honestly, I could get probably $50 out of this.
Good.
So not bad.
There you go. Go dupe someone else.
Exactly.
All right. Here's this look I like.
Well, this is an example of great design, wrong woman. So this skirt is by Ted Baker, London. And I bought it pre-fall, and I fell in love with this Merlot tone. I was ready. You know, at the end of the summer, all you want to wear is like a turtleneck and knee boots. You're just ready. So I was like, oh, look at these jewel tones. I love this leather. I love all this jam that's going on in here. Well, when I wear this, I look like I've fallen through a shower curtain backwards. Look at how little I am. Like I'm 5'2".
Yeah, this should almost be like up there.
Yeah, like I could literally wear this as a strapless. It's ridiculous. I was like, isn't this great? Is this amazing? My family's like, what are you doing? You look insane. So I fell in love with it, and it's never going to work. And I'm not going to put any more money into it. I'm not going to cut it down. I'm not going to try and take out some of the knife pleats. And even styled, it's cute, right?
Yeah, it is cute.
But so you've got to look at it in terms of practicality. I could probably get a lot more out of this than 50.
I think probably I'm going to buy it.
Right? I mean, it'd be perfect on you, actually.
Like I love it.
But I think if we look at things practically, and we look at our wardrobes in terms of, am I going to wear it in 3 or 4 years, not 5 or 6 months? And will my kids maybe have it one day? I also keep a little wardrobe journal. Maybe this is just the fashion-aholic in me.
This is the stylist in you.
But I keep a little journal for my girls, and it'll say, here's the event. You know, here was, you know, Daddy and I went for our 10-year wedding anniversary dinner, and I wore this, this, and this. And one day, they'll look, and they'll have a lot of these clothes, and they'll say, this is what she wore that day. It's like looking in your closet and smelling your, you know, your grandmother's blazer that you have, and it smells like her, and it reminds you of her.
Takes you to a place. That's really sweet.
Sentimental, right?
Yes. All right, let's go to break. We've got more coming up. Great tips.